When I brought back the Curseborn SMP for Season 2 and joined for the first time, I didn't know what to expect. And I certainly didn't expect it to be a journey of betrayal, destruction, and in the end, toxicity. That's why I decided to go back to a season of Curseborn before all of that. Curseborn SMP Season 2. The 4-week season going from August 10th to September 2nd. I always thought of that season as a huge mistake, but looking back, it was by far the most fun I had on an SMP. Even though, as I described in other videos, there was a bit of griefing and a lot of deaths for me, I had a lot of fun, which is why I wanted to revisit the entire timeline of the Curseborn SMP Season 2. When the server started, I was the first to get to the Nether, and it seems like that's a pattern between Curseborn seasons. This time, however, I did unfortunately die in the Nether due to a simple mistake. I had the fire resistance effect, so I figured I could jump into the lava stream. However, I missed and unfortunately died, getting myself the first death of the season. I attempted to return to the Nether and unfortunately died again in a bastion. While I was dying in the Nether, my teammate BFP had been setting up a base, so I decided to head there where I grinded loot for a few hours. The next day, I grinded for a few more hours once again, and got myself to a full max set of armor. By this point, our other teammates had arrived. However, no one expected that the enemy would show up to our base. You see, our ally Losery decided he wasn't convinced with our team, so despite us giving him pretty much everything, he leaked our base coordinates, a fact that I wouldn't find out until the next day. Losery went behind our backs and staged an entire fight between the two teams. Unfortunately though, I was in the dark at the time, and Losery had leaked our base coordinates.
Right here, where's right? Oh, you're there. Alright, let's go find him. Come on, let's go for him. Come on.
Bit more of context really quickly, he said that Mouski was just over the hill, and I believed him. Looking back, it was really obvious, to be honest.
Fucking hell, yeah, he's right there. I put it up, put up. So I can... I'm 400. Minus 1,000, minus 3,500. Yo, let me get the kill for my video. We still win that fight though. I boosted you. Give me a boost. Nice. Oh, I can't quite reach him. He's dropping his food. He might be trying... He's trying to get someone on his hotbar faster, that's what he's doing. I do that as well. He got that from me. Nice. He's getting a boat. He's got a boat. Yeah. Losery, you stay with me and Mouski.
The first part of Mouski's backup had arrived, however, they were still outnumbered, so they decided to run again.
I got 2 crits on Doggo. 3, I got 3 crits on Doggo. He's going into a water cave. I'll chase Doggo. You guys stay on Mouski. I'm drowning.
I was definitely not doing bad in this fight. However, being underwater without respiration while my enemy had respiration and also had enchanted golden apples, I had to get out of there. I knew that if the fight went up to the surface, I could easily take out Doggo.
I win this. Yo, BFP, is that you? It's fine, just distract them. Just run the opposite direction, distract them. We can get Doggo.
Losery was getting attacked by Mowski and his backup, but me and BFP figured we could try and kill Doggo really quickly before escaping from the now 4v2.
3v1? I thought it was 2. Wait. Wait, what? Doggo's definitely looping round. Doggo's... No, Evan, come fight, Evan. You have to come fight. Oh, yeah. Alright, no, just get out of here. Malik's... Oh, Malik. Yeah, Malik's there. I didn't realise that Malik was there.
With Losery dying to maintain his cover in our team and Doggo looping around, we knew that we either had to escape now or kill Doggo immediately, otherwise we would put in a 3v2 situation. We chose the first option. Getting the kill on Doggo, then taking a 3v2 wouldn't be worth it, especially if he managed to survive, which would put us in a 4v2. So me and BFB chose to escape.
Stay together. I'm gonna get the dolphins. I'm in your boat.
We had escaped. We got ourselves together and re-geared, and got our team together to go to a wedding at spawn. It was simply for a bit of fun, and it was between one of my team's members and one of theirs. However, Mowski was arriving really late, and I later found out that the reason being was because he and Losery were raiding my old base. I knew attending this wedding was a bad idea. However, the entire server was going, and I just wanted to have a bit of fun. And sadly, I was right.
What SMP? Let's go. Dude.
I sat waiting for the ceremony to end. It was a lot of fun, but I really didn't like that everyone on the server was there. The bomb was ticking and disaster was about to strike. I just knew it. Unfortunately, as I previously mentioned, I was right. I thought about sticking a TNT minecart on Mowski right then and there. Unfortunately, I didn't, and that was a decision I came to regret.
Woo! Alright, yeah, let's get out of here. Bro, I'm getting 1v2'd. Bro, what is going on? Chill out, guys. Chill out. Nice! BFP, I'm trying to run. Bro, I'm getting like 1v3, bro. Bro, I'm getting killed. What do you mean? Where are you? Bro.
And just like that, I had received my first player death of the season. All because of a dumb decision to go to a wedding, and because I was nervous and my game sense just completely dropped. All I could do now was try see if I could get any of my gear back and try help my teammates escape. Because my death in the 3v1 turned it into a 3v2 for them. Which is a shame, because if they had saved me, like I would have done them, it could have been a 3v3.
Yo, hey guys. Bro, I've not got anything. I have not got anything. Please!
Mowski had returned my diamond chestplate and helmet, and in the water I'd picked up the perfect set of items to try get a kill. Some rails, a TNT minecart, and a bow.
BFP, just get out. BFP, just run. Yeah, so go in the water. BFP. Go. Get in a boat.
Instead of continuing to go forward and probably finding time to get in a boat with the boosts I provided, BFP tried to go into a water cave where he got caught up to and eventually had to turn over his netherite sword, which was the only thing that they actually wanted. However, I had other business to attend to with those TNT minecarts that I mentioned before. Unfortunately, the TNT minecart had also killed me, but I raced back to the scene. I had gotten away with it, so I got out of there really quickly. At the time, I really didn't know how to take that. Nowadays, I probably would have taken that as a loss, as I did lose the netherite sword and a lot more. But I did still gain half of a gear set out of it, so maybe it wasn't entirely bad. It's so well, we'll move on and try and make a new base. We started making the base, and while we were making it, a member of the enemy team known as Mikio gave us a proposition. We could kill BFP and get a temporary alliance with their team. It gave me a lot to think about. However, I decided that if Mikio was on his way to kill BFP with us, we could turn on him and get the kill on Mikio. However, I realised that if we were to do this, their team would never stop hunting us. I decided that I was going to kill BFP. But I got him in on it. He wore a plain set of diamond armour, and we successfully managed to sell the fake Betrayal. This meant that we could play a bit more laid back for a few days and just chill out on the server, without the fear of their team attacking us while we were at our weakest. However, to make sure that all this would happen, I had to sell the fake Betrayal and make sure that they actually thought that I wasn't going to be teamed with BFP anymore.
But this is, you know, it's Curseborn. This is how it's got to be, you know? Like, I am going to go in VC with him afterwards. I feel terrible. I'm really sorry. No, that did not last long. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
After that, the team was lost, almost desolated. None of the players on our team have ever faced a loss this bad before. That's led to us, in the eyes of many other teams on the server, being a team that's completely fell apart. However, this was only the start of the problems for our team. The next morning, I put all my stuff in a chest. I didn't think I deserved it, and I figured that I would take it back when I did deserve it. This would mean after I'd gotten a kill with a trap or a TNT minecart, or maybe built up a nice spawn. Whatever it was, I didn't feel that at the time I deserved it. I spent a few hours that morning making spawn look nice by filling in creeper holes and making a couple of houses. I made a small house and my mercenary shack, which I mentioned in a previous video. It was nothing special, but it was something I was really proud of. Later on, me and Mowski were hanging out there, who is obviously on the enemy team, but he's still one of my friends at the end of the day. We were hanging at spawn and his back was turned for a moment. I took the opportunity and popped a TNT minecart on him, securing a kill on him. I got all his items and had secured a kill and had also built up spawn, and I deserved my items again. But Mowski wasn't happy. Nor was his teammate Mikio, who threatened to grief spawn if I didn't come back to fight Mowski one-on-one. I couldn't let what I had done at spawn be taken away in a matter of minutes. It wasn't fair. So I returned to spawn to take the fight. Who was I to back down from a fair 1v1?
Sing. Well, it's so. This is a drain fight. I can already tell it's a drain fight. Bro, that web saved you. Yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Were you expecting me to be a quick, like 5 minutes? You had a really good web, but I didn't have time to eat. No, he got it fair and square though. So, and I'm not letting him spawn and get brief. That was very lucky for me. No, we're still fighting. We're still fighting. Bro, why are we No, it's bro. I'm just chasing him, bro. How does that even happen? What the heck? How does that even happen? Bro, this spider keeps screwing me over. Please kill it. Thank you. Wait, where? Bro! Your name spoke up M's. It's so confusing. Please, could you just go, like, perch on top of a tree, and then, like, if we need you to, like, kill a mob or something, you can do that. That was a wasteful web. Is that Skin Gary? No, I can hear in the background. That's where it is. It might be Poxor. I don't know. I can hear a really loud pitched voice coming from Evan's mic. Nice hit.
I had a lot of experience left in my inventory, likely a lot more than Mouski. As long as I didn't quick drop at any point, I was going to win this fight, and they knew it. And did you notice that Micah was camping in the background? That was for a reason. I'm sure you see where this is going.
Oh wait, I actually forgot to do something. Alright, I'm alright. That's correct. Wait, are we both getting fire reds from our not shackles? Oh. Low ground. Don't, like... Bro, wait, what? What the fuck? You just tried to mace me, but you missed. You just tried to mace me, but you missed. Alright, so... Yeah, so we're doing this. Yeah, okay.
Micah had made his move. It was time to try to escape.
I just don't see the point of that. Like, what the hell is that for? Alright, well, this is on you. This is on you. If you grief spawn now, I'll be so upset. Oh, there's no... Bro, why would you do that to my house? Bro, this is just not a very nice thing to do, is it? Bro, why would I even go back to that now? Are we serious? Where's my... No, I'm fine. Evan, I escaped. Evan, I escaped.
Luckily, when I was at spawn building, I also decided to make an escape tunnel for just in case. It came perfectly in handy in here, as I wouldn't have escaped without it. So I dug for about 20 minutes and didn't emerge for a very long time. Unfortunately, I found out during the fight that my houses at spawn had already been griefed. During the fight, Mikey had gone over and destroyed them. They were never planning on keeping to their end of the deal. And when I got to the surface, there was also a lava cast at spawn. What had I done to deserve this? I hadn't spent ages at spawn, only a few hours in the morning, but it was a shame to see it go away in a matter of minutes. It wasn't all bad though, as I did manage to get another full set of armour, a diamond axe, my netherite sword, some experience, and some other PvP materials. But spawn was still gone, and hope that I would ever have a nice one was starting to fade. And I was still wondering, what did I do to deserve this? After all, everything that had happened to me so far wasn't within my control. They were the ones who showed up to my base unannounced, who turned my teammates against me, fought us at a wedding that was meant to be peaceful, and forced me to betray my teammate, which they obviously didn't know was a fake betrayal at the time. Then when I struck back and killed one of them one time, they threatened the spawn that I had built, which wasn't just for me, it was for everyone on the server. We struck up a deal, and when they were the ones who turned on it, they were also the ones to punish me for it by griefing spawn. It wasn't fair, but I just had to put up with it. As even though there was a big issue with this team, which I had lost my temporary alliance with now, the bigger problems were with my own team, where BFP was super demotivated, and it felt like with Poxoy I was one wrong move away from him leaving the team. Evan was the only person that I could really rely on, and he and Mouski were the only people I had ever had fun on this season with, which says a lot since one of them is my enemy. Anyway, we put these struggles with the team aside as it was time for the server's end fight. The end fight is a once a season battle on any SMP for the Dragon Egg, and I really wanted to get it and burn it to prove a point to the server, that the Dragon Egg is nothing but a useless relic. But unfortunately I lost all my footage from it, and I think BFP's video describes what happened in it very well, because myself, Evan, BFP and Poxoy were all online. However, their team created a super alliance against us, as by this point they had found out somehow that BFP hadn't actually left our team. They had added a new member to the server. However, Mouski and Mikey were on holiday, so I was quite confident that we could win this end fight. But that was before I found out about the supposed super alliance, as their remaining teammates joined up with another team on the server, including Losery and the new member of the server, who by the way I hadn't fought yet but was supposedly the best PvPer. But not knowing about the super alliance, I was still really confident, which was very quick to be shattered. And a few of us didn't even make it to the end fight.
So me, Evan and Poxoy waited at the stronghold and logged out, prepared for the end fight. And when we logged back on, we got jumped in the stronghold.
As BFP said, before the end fight began, we got jumped in the stronghold. This resulted in BFP fleeing to the end, as all three of me, Evan and Poxoy had died.
So my whole team just died, and something even worse has happened. The dragon is already dead. So it turns out a group of players went into the end on one of the first days of the server when it was closed and killed the dragon.
That's right, the players on the server had already gone to the end. It was without my permission, so I cleared them and I got all my stuff back. Their winning the end fight didn't matter one bit, because they had done so unfairly. They left the Dragon Egg which BFP went to claim, but I just didn't care anymore, because cheaters had ruined our server's event. That day I left my team, but I kept my alliance with Evan strong. However, later me and BFP decided to create a new team. We got a couple of our friends to play the server a bit more, and we created the Tech Stuff team, which was a little Discord server I was a part of at the time. The goal with this team wasn't to fight or be powerful, it was just to have fun and build. And it started with me making the foundation for a base, which I later introduced them to. And then me and Evan started on a major building project in the desert. Things were looking up for Ginger Biscuit. Because I didn't care about being powerful anymore, it meant that I could let go of the stress of dying. I didn't care about dying anymore. As I said, the only goal now was just to have fun. Some of the most fun I had on this server was when I was with my new team, or when I was building with Evan. But let's get on to the new base. It started as most bases do, by finding a spot and digging out an area. Luckily for me, I had a lot of this already ready, as BFB had a little base on the side with some villagers, and I just transported them into the new base. I set up a breeding area and a trading hall, decorated the main area which I think looks really nice, made a nether portal and behind it would be where the auto brewers go. I also made a tree farm and I opted for spruce trees as it was right above the base. And this is the tour of the base so far.
The base is actually looking pretty good. I only had it for one day. Okay, ignore the random brewing stands. But we've got some hallways here. So over here we've got tree farm, not been decorated yet, but it will be. Over here is going to be a gold farm. This is the main entrance, and I think it looks pretty cool. This is the main room, enchanter, nether portal. Behind here, it's not decorated yet either, but we've got spots for, what they're called, auto brewers. And then, over here, villager hall, every enchant you're ever going to need. Carrots, apples, all that type of stuff, armour. And then in here, like, villager breeder, so it's very nice, I think. W base, I think. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else left to say.
The base was going well, which meant that it was finally time to show it to my team.
I've been working on a base, and maybe like halfway through, I got a little bit of a progress update. If you'd just like to follow me, new base is literally down here. Come on, race you there, race you there. You can make a tunnel to spawn, and it'll be completely secret. Anyway, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. But do you guys like it? Keep an open mind. It's not done, but like I've got the main room, and I've got areas for other rooms. So if you would like to follow me, come behind the nether portal. So this is where our auto brewers are going to be. So we're going to have 3 on either side, and then this is going to be the entrance. So there'll be auto brewers here, and then you can access them as well to like restock them. Hey. Gold! Gold! Money! 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 Alright, anyway, if we go down here, we've got another room here. So this is going to be a piglin gold farm. Okay, what are we doing? But this way, it's going to be like... So this way, it's going to be like a auto smelter and like sugarcane farm, turtle farm, stuff like that. And then over here, I've got 2 separate areas. This is going to be a tree farm. You can see that I've already dug out a lot of it, but it's going to go about 30 blocks up so that we can have a tree farm. And then over here is going to be a piglin gold farm.
My teammates were quite happy with the base. They knew it wasn't much yet, but they also knew that it was a start. Unfortunately, I did lose the audio footage for their reactions, but they were quite happy. And later that season, I did go on to do all the things that I mentioned. However, I do not have that footage, and either way, I wasn't going to include it. The rest of the season went accordingly. I had a lot of fun, nothing really went wrong. From there, the only fights that I took part in were random 1v1s with Mouski once again, and sometimes even a odd 1v1, 1v2 with my teammates. Just casual fights on the SMP that were for fun, and good practice for fighting under SMP conditions. I spent a lot of time working on the base, until the day came where we actually got betrayed. Another member of the server that had joined our team decided to tell the coordinates of the base to Mouski, who decided to raid the base despite just having kind of a friendly rivalry. It was quite annoying, but I didn't really play the server much from that point anyway, because I went on holiday. I went to Greece, I had a really good time with my family. I even won at minigolf, you know, look at that. But when I got back, Spawn was griefed once again. Before I went on holiday, I decided to host a building competition for the mace, a one-of-a-kind item on any SMP. The player who was recently added to the SMP that I mentioned earlier did manage to win that building competition by building a nice house at Spawn. I have spent a lot of time rebuilding Spawn, because I was almost complete with the monument with Evan, and my base was pretty much done. But before I went on holiday, BFP had decided to leave the team. And when I got back from holiday, I didn't expect that the spawn I had built with my enemies would be destroyed by my closest teammate. BFP had gone on a rampage, destroying all the builds at spawn. I wondered how and why he did this, but his video answered all the questions.
Curseborn SMP Season 2 has been going on for far too long, and I didn't know of a way to end it. So the conclusion I came to was destroying the only thing they really cared about, Spawn.
BFP had chosen to grief the server Spawn because the season had been going on for too long. This was something that I just didn't agree with. The only reason it was sort of dragging out was because no one really played towards the end of that. That was only really because I was on holiday. So I actually thought this was really unfair of him.
I decided to start with the biggest build there, the 8080. We finished off destroying the 8080 and wanted to make sure the rest of Spawn was completely gone. finally finished griefing Spawn. And since the server did end right after that and Season 3 started, I'm going to count that as a win.
If you caught what BFP said at the end there, that was actually where the server ended. Getting back from holiday to find out that the spawn I'd spent ages working on with my enemies had been completely destroyed, which is not what I was expecting. At that point, I was just really fed up myself and decided to end the server there, starting Season 3 the next day. However, not the Season 3 that you've all watched. One that ended early, and I didn't count it as a Season 3. But that doesn't matter. All that mattered was that I had been betrayed. Spawn had been griefed, causing me to end the server. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really sorry if that was not the ending you were hoping for. And I know a lot of that stuff towards the end was also really rushed, but in my defense, I had absolutely no footage, as I was never expecting to be making this video. But with Curseborn recently coming to an official close, I figured it was the perfect time to make a Season 2 video. And that was essentially everything that happened in that season. So I hope you enjoyed watching my full timeline. It was a season based around griefing and betrayal, but looking back, it was a lot of fun. Let me know what you think of this, and thanks for watching. Bye.